Today, 8th March, is the International Women's Day, a global day celebrating the historical, cultural, and political achievement of women. As the theme for this year's celebrations, the world looks forward to recognizing how women around the world are responding to climate change based on the theme Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. As an important day to remember based on the history of its noble inception cause as of the 1917 Labour Movement Act, today we focus our camera lenses on the refugee girls and women who are doing extremely tremendous changes towards our environment as well as their aspirations in life. Rhino Camp Refugee Settlement is where their stories are yielding fruits now. As Citizen Media team, we are on a journey to unmask how the settlement has turned to be a safe haven for the women based on their activities. 40 kilometers away is our journey from the Ruhr city center. We are finally reaching our destination, a destination of stories of refugee girls and women influencing change on the environment and empowering other fellow women. From the visuals of the Rhino Camp, we are pleased to see how education is taking shape in the settlement, where over 6,000 refugees and host communities coexist. Our first destination is at Rhino Camp High School, with over 700 student enrollment. We are welcomed by the beehive activities of learning taking place in there. Rhino Camp High School as a unique school accommodates both the refugee and the host communities. One unique student out of the 700 plus is Anita Juma, a single mother who has shown resilience of getting back to school after conceiving at the age of 16.
Being a single mother, I dropped out when I was in primary 7. That's when I was in South Sudan. Conceived when I was 16 years. Teenager, I was 16 years. I got conceived, I was stranded, I don't know what to do. What came into my mind, I thought of aborting the child. But I came here, so I got an opportunity to come back to school. Currently I have 2 kids, 2 boys whom is staying with me. And without the father, I'm the one who's looking after them. So I'm here just to encourage some girls who are also a dropout like me. So I decided to go back to school because I have my dream to achieve. My dream is to do catering and to have my own hotel. I wanted to do catering and hotel management. So in future, I will own my own restaurant. So that's why I'm here back to school, so that I can achieve my dream. So I'm also encouraging those girls who are outside there, who is at home, who is now feeling like dropping out from school is the end of their life. That is not the end of their life. I came to school, nobody made fun of me, nobody mocked me. We all in one truck with other students who are not married, who are not single mothers. We do everything together. So I'm also encouraging them who are outside there at home. Let them come back to school to study so that they can fulfill their dreams in future.
Anita's story is a hope to many girls, most especially many of the girls who conceived during the 2 years of the COVID lockdown. Indeed, the lockdown has been a hard situation for many girls, but how did some of these girls kept safe during the lockdown? Moriba Agnes, the head girl of the school, shares her views.
During the lockdown, what kept me safe, it was all that I was taken by the church activities in the church. Then the other thing is I was taken up by the activities also in the community, mostly like the tailoring. I joined it. That was the reason why I kept myself safe. And the other thing is I also avoided bad fear group. Moving at night, I left those things to keep myself safe. And now my advice goes to the girls who are still in the school here. I'm advising them to have goals. They should set their goals to achieve what they want in the future. And the other thing is, I'm advising them to respect school rules and regulations for them to be safe in school. And the other thing is, I'm advising them to fear God with all their hearts, because with God, everything is possible. So if you fear God, God will give you what you want from Him.
As a supplement to head girl's advice, Layson Liberty, a senior 1 student who doubles as the class coordinator, also spoke to us about some of the challenges affecting the girls while at school.
You must stop
boy-girl relationship in schools, I mean, the relations that combines you in love in the school.
Education continues to be a great asset to many students like Moriba and Layson, who are student leaders. However, to others, it's time for their aspirations. Hawa Ali is one of the exceptional students who aspires to take sciences so as to influence the medical sector as a doctor.
I've been always dreaming about becoming a doctor, and I discovered when I joined secondary, the only thing that would lead me to my dream was doing BCM as a combination, which consists of biology, chemistry, and mathematics. But what inspired me was when we went for the second lockdown last year, I was too demoralized when I saw a pregnant mother die with a child who was not yet born. I got so miserable because no one was there to help. And from that time, I realized that I really have to work hard and achieve my dream of becoming a doctor so that I help the pregnant mothers wherever they are. And that was one of my motivations. The other one was with me personally. I almost died due to lack of proper medication. And I had a role model, or I still have a role model, who also inspired me to do what I intend to do, and that is Dr. Winnie. She's my role model. I love her so much.
From Hawa's story, we see a resilience in how it means to follow one's aspirations in life. But what are the challenges?
But though trying to achieve this dream, there are some challenges which are there, and everyone is born to face challenges. So there are inadequate study materials which can really make someone reach at the peak of where he or she wants to go. The other challenge is also about the fear. We women, we believe that we are inferior, which is a very wrong past, a very wrong thing we have in mind. And I rest assure you that if we remove this negative thinking from our minds, we shall make it. Men are not the only ones made to rule, but you a woman, you a girl, you can still do it. The other thing is the menstruation period. You know, once a girl starts the menstruation, like if a girl is in class, she won't be concentrating. She will always be feeling, isn't the blood soiling my clothes, which in fact is not the right thing, and she will be in deep fear.
It is not only Hawa who aspires to be a girl taking on the course of sciences. Stella Samira is one unique senior 4 candidate who aspires to be an engineer.
My name is Stella Samira. I'm in S4 Rhino Camp High School. Career that I want to take after my studies is civil engineering, and in A level I believe I'm going to take PEM stroke ICT. That's what I want. I want to be a good scientist. And the thing that inspired me to do science is that women, most of the women think they are inferior, and they think men also think women cannot do good in maths. But that, to me, that's not the right thing. That's why I took the chance to study hard and become. The other challenge that I also see with girls is they have negative attitudes towards sciences. Most of the girls think the science subjects are only for the boys and they cannot do anything about it. So I urge you girls all to have a positive attitude toward the sciences, to build yourself up in a positive way. Look at yourself as a human and look at each and everyone who can make it as though you can also.
As this year's theme affirms on the environment and the role of women in bringing about a positive climatic change, Meriba Sylvia tells us how the Environment Club of the school has helped to influence and impress tree planting in and around Rhino Camp High School.
However, our environment in Rhino Camp High, it's nice. We have trees, we have some sources of water. However, it's not enough for us. We have challenges in our environment, like though we have planted trees, but trees are not enough in our environment. We still lack trees in our environment in such a way that the trees are not enough. I would like to request the underage NGOs to at least provide us with a lot of seedlings in order for us to plant a lot of trees in our environment to supply with it, to connect rain formation in the environment.
As education shapes many girls in and around Rhino Camp, there are many who are left out of this course due to several other challenges. As we leave the gates of Rhino Camp High School, we set to follow the next course of our finding on how women in Rhino Camp Refugee Settlement are coping up with agriculture. Our next destination is to visit Madame Lona, one of the exceptional women who is fending her family from rice growing. At her home, Lona is a busy rice grower who now is concentrating on rearing her hens and goats that she has bought from the proceeds of her rice and growing business as the dry season takes toll. We found her doing her course and followed her up to her compound to see how she could be able to tell us her story. And this is what she shared with us.
Anna ja midun rajil sibupi Sudan anna geni barabara jol idi juru ketir tab ketir ani koma ketir lakana ja enu jede minita ge pokiri itage kore ita gamul sunu paida mabe ya ana dakal bi sokol ta kurjude sokol ta kurjude ya ge sado ana je sena de ana murta sedit serabuna sado ajata ide yalta ida sade ge dakal bi der sade kulana bi lomon ajakora na bi lomon wilipo de hajali kwes sado ana kama be happy jurutaki ketir ali jol kange fokir sedit sala I sokol le kama na jade kanta tebiu je jua kida de kullu anamul be sokol ta rus de ya na getebi min pisana al badde ana tebi rus ta sena al badde ana binu be jua de yala sena de kama ana gar jua de na se bakana ya dak kullu ana ga prabe rus de ana rugali sokol ta rus de.
Lona's success story from rice growing is where her entrepreneurship venture started. From rice growing, today she has been able to join the savings group.
Ana ligo saving de hajali jedit mini boder de kana namaga mul saving yala gurus kanta ligo 5,000 10,000 ita be rapi su boy data be kala so akulu kulu lakin kanta guess mutane amu 2,000 de 3,000 fi saving na gurus de ka ban yom tanta be kutu be limu ketir hajali ta pogir piras takita de ramulu de ta be jetala gurus de kanta pata to walita bamulu aja de debsu jama ya de hajata saving ana ligo gesado.
From her story, we are hopeful to see many women take suit from her ventures. But what's her secret and the advice to other women?
Risala tai anage worle jama ali indi tab jana kelimon ainu rabuna kwes asana rabuna bodleta sakar ketir rabuna de be sala eta kama kelta sala san pibugi na katibu kelta sakal be ida take kelina sede kan denu suwar kelimo sakal be ida na tomo na san beligo haja albesad ana der kelika na namul sokol kan rabuna sadu ana na ligo gurus ana der biu ajat ali goy asa jol bageder ana der biu masin ali gena di makana yalta ide kamon mon tabanin baden mon asa de pi pramalini mon tala arba kulu biga pi 7 kanu mon naja be mana gera pi wanyangi kamon kilimon ligo ajila alimon gedor boy na de polan alana fokir kamon ana der fokir kelna ligo gurus ketir ali jada ana be ligo mahal pe town ana babi no per pogo asan jol bagede geni pe town be kutu yalto gerbi school.
As we leave Lona's compound, we ramped into one exceptional woman called Grace Kiko, a woman who is a builder, a rare job that women are fond of doing based on the male stereotype. She shares with us her story in the Kakwa language.
Beijing Kadina. Bo kuyangani kine mutu kilomeda na asandi. Kuna ngalu ide ipyo kata. Bo mutu dena ko kolondo. Bona ko na yini ne irobani. Inde na kina dena kadina ina. Ata na lo tikina. Agbiya ko alfu kama jimore na kadina ina. Yala kina de wo wonu naga. Ani kile de arama kusene na ready. Yangana tikina na sene na kita kine ready sa kuna na yanya kibede be ina. Choroni na bokaku alfu meram sala. Yala, biya na kodari biya ku mere.
Booking for marriage is one great practice to some tribes as such. We follow the story of Eliza Korok, a woman who is now living a successful life after getting into marriage after being booked at 16 years.
I'm called Eliza Korok, women representative, Simbili Village, Rhino Settlement, under Siriki Zone. I'm a South Sudanese by nationality. Ana min gabilat Murle. Fi belet bitana gibuki yal. Yal bitana anna bodi fi mari. Umur bitomun lisa. Jana indu 15 sene. Hata ana zatu ana jali gozu ajatai. Umur bitai 16 sene. Uzaman dak da ana lisa suker. Dafao ana mal. Leal bitai. O ana ma indi abu. Ana indi umma barao. Ana murabbe fi bed bita uncle bitai. Wasade ana biga mara kebir ana indi musila fi bed ana biga indi yal bitai ana kutumun fi school asade ana in zawaj ana bedri da ma kwes zo wujo yal ligoli sa sukerin dede musakbala mafi istifada mafi yaude ana ligwa sade tabde ana der yal bitai kede mon agra la de mon bi kala su school ana der worile ita kun nuswan kede ta kun yal bitakum kede mon agra mati sibu yal jere fi zoja bar jujane ligoli sa sukerde makwes de ya kalama de worile ita kunuswan asade ana struggle lade ana wasil fi morala asa ana biga ayru nuswan ana biga reis bida nuswan fi simbilini ana nugul shukran le munazimat alomon inkari nuswan zaman ana jede ana maarif wajal gal leadership de wala sulta de asade omon biga inkari jana ana biga endi guwa keva shana ayru nuswan fi community وكمان أنا بقدر كيف ناينو يال بتاعي أصلا أنا در نوري لنسوان تا بلد ده كده تكون سيبو يال بتاعكون أجرا وأنا كمان در نوري لبعض منظمات كده تكون سايد وبنات عشانهم من أجرا عشانهم ما جرى في زواجة شكرا.
As a woman representative at Simbili Zone, Eliza has a message to women about leadership.
أنا در نقول لنسوان كده ومن شديلو كده ومن ما بنو كده أنا stand في leadership ده بقدر يساعد علينا ده يوم كبير تاع نسوان جاده كده أنا كله prepare ليوم بتاعنا كبير أنا ما بقدر نزل بعدون تيت كده أنا أرفع بعدنا فوق طبعا نسوان ده يا لمن جي ولد رئيس لو كان ما مرة رئيس ما بيولدوا كده أنا شجع بعدنا أنا شجع يالنا كده أنا شجع يوم بتاعنا كمان أنا داير نقول كده ومن جني في peace لا دي يوم كبير بجا كده أنا كله نعمل celebration ليوم بتاعنا كبير ده ما في زول بميت في يوم داك ده أنا نقول لنسوان كده أنا ريدي يوم بتاعنا جاده هي زول يكون attend زول يوم داك ده شكرا.
Eliza is now a business lady operating phone charging as well as rearing goats and chicken, and so is the story of other women in this documentary such as Lorna, Grace and the schoolgirls at Rhino Camp High Secondary School. On this day of the International Women's Day, we celebrate their stories as we hope for more to take on their suits. Thank you for watching.